Hello there, friends. It is your boy, the Goo Man. Today we need to talk about this paper. Rediscovering the rete ovariae, a secreting auxiliary structure to the ovary. You know that pesky thing in science where men don't like to study the female body? Well, it turns out this horseshoe-shaped squiggly thing actually has a lot to do with balancing your hormones. And before we get into this, I run on donation. Being supported by my community like this allows me to do the research I want when I want to do it, and it keeps any institution I partner with from paywalling it or deciding what gets to be done with it. And I have a big ask from my community this week. My little brown dog is sick. I need to take her to the vet. So if my content changes your life, you want to change mine, you can find me on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, under the Goo Man stem. And as always, I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, let's talk about this vestigial organ that's not so vestigial. In the 1870s, there was this scientist that discovered it when he was dissecting a poor woman and looking at her ovaries. He promptly concluded that it didn't do anything, and then nobody just questioned that for the next 150 years. Finally, some people came back, took a look at it, and they're like, hey, we should probably scan this thing and see what it does, because it turns out the things that we view as vestigial are not very vestigial. And if you don't know what vestigiality is, it basically means things that scientists think that have no use. So like, we evolved with them, and they're no longer useful to our bodies. They used to think the appendix was vestigial until we discovered the fact that it actually stores bacteria that helps repopulate the gut after we get sick. So it's kind of important. It's also why you're really susceptible to bacteria infections there. The wisdom teeth are also considered vestigial. Like, this is so stupid to me in science. I can't believe that we still consider things vestigial because we have all of this mounting evidence that everything that we once considered vestigial is no longer vestigial. Like the pineal gland, the thymus gland, and the pituitary gland. Like, we just didn't really realize that was a thing. We just kind of left it alone. Like, clearly it does nothing. So back to the rete ovariae, now that we know what vestigialism is. Somebody finally decided to do some high-resolution scans of it. This thing has 3 distinct regions. It's made of epithelial cells, the same thing that makes your skin, and it secretes a bunch of stuff that stimulates different types of hormone secretion. And as always, I'll post my papers below for my providers and my nerds. Like, you think this would be a pretty important piece of the female body we would know about in 2025, but of course it's not. Because why would it be? I talk about a lot on my channel and in my books about this idea that hormones are connected with the presentations of autoimmune diseases, like estrogen and testosterone and progesterone. So the implications that we just randomly rediscovered this organ that does all of these things that affect your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis and how you process your autoimmune disease presentations that are 8 times more likely in women depending on who you read, 5 times more likely depending on who you read, but still a lot more in women. It's kind of important. It's kind of a groundbreaking piece of what we should be studying for that. So yeah, just another day of having a hoo-ha in 2025 under the patriarchy. If you want to know more about this outside of the paper too, I do have a post on my Splatreon about it. You can read a little bit more into it. It has a bunch of free content on there. Come hang out with us. We would love to have you. And have a good one.